The phone wouldn't stop vibrating. 71 missed calls, all from her. I stared at the screen while snow fell quietly outside my villa in Switzerland. The mountains were clean, untouched, indifferent. My daughter-in-law's voice still echoed in my head. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." She had laughed after saying it. Not nervous laughter, not playful, entitled laughter. 4 years earlier, I held my best friend while he bled out on desert sand. He had taken the bullet meant for me. I remember the copper smell, the heat, his hand gripping my collar. "Take care of my wife and son." That was the last thing he ever asked of me. I built their house, paid for the boys' school, covered hospital bills without question. I thought loyalty was a debt I could repay. Until last week. Until I saw his widow standing outside a hospital arguing with a man I recognized from a military fraud investigation. And the 9-year-old boy, my godson, lying unconscious inside. The phone buzzed again. 72. I didn't answer. I sent her one thing instead, a photo of my terrace overlooking the lake, and the word, "Enjoy." 4 years ago, I promised a dying man something sacred. I kept my word. His widow, Alina, cried beautifully at the funeral. Fragile, devastated, perfect. I believed her grief. I funded everything quietly. Tuition, mortgage, therapy for the boy. No one knew the extent of it. That was intentional. Real loyalty doesn't advertise itself. But loyalty also doesn't ignore patterns. The boy, Ethan, started missing school. Small injuries at first. Bruises explained away as sports. Then a broken arm. Last month he landed in the hospital with internal bleeding. "Fall from the stairs," she said. Her eyes didn't blink. Then I saw the man. Rafael Cortez, a name that had crossed my desk years ago during a joint task force operation. Forged military discharge papers, fake deployment benefits, a parasite who fed on widows and patriotic sympathy. He wasn't supposed to be anywhere near her, yet there he was, holding her waist, arguing about insurance coverage. My friend died believing his family would be protected. Instead, his widow had invited a con artist into their home, and the boy paid the price. The Thanksgiving call came days later. Her tone was different, sharper, impatient. "If you're coming, you can help in the kitchen. We're not your servants." Servants. I financed their lives. I said nothing. Just listened. Then I smiled at the silence between us. Because the moment she tried to belittle me, she exposed her greed. And greed is predictable. I don't confront, I verify. First, I pulled financial records. Transfers I had made were being siphoned into a secondary account, not hers. His. Rafael Cortez had opened a shell charity under Ethan's name, Veteran Legacy Fund. It was elegant in its cruelty. Money meant for a child was funding luxury watches and international flights. Next, I contacted an old colleague in military records. Quiet inquiry. Rafael's discharge papers? Fabricated. His Purple Heart citation? Invented. He had been dishonorably dismissed before ever seeing combat. Alina knew. That was the part that interested me. She wasn't deceived. She was complicit. Phone logs revealed late-night calls before. Ethan's hospitalization. Arguments, threats. Neighbors confirmed shouting. Objects breaking. The boy had told a school counselor once that Uncle Rafa gets mad when Mom talks about the money. I kept my face calm every time I visited. I brought toys, sat by Ethan's hospital bed, listened to machines breathe for him. Inside, something cold was forming. Not rage, precision. Then came the final piece. Security footage from a nearby pharmacy. Rafael grabbing Ethan by the arm. Too hard, the boy pulling away. Alina watching, doing nothing. I watched that clip 3 times. My friend's dying face replayed in my mind. Take care of my wife and son. I realized something then. He never asked me to protect her. Only the boy. I invited Alina to dinner. Not at her house. At Mean. She arrived overdressed, nervous. Her eyes widened when she stepped onto the terrace. The villa, the view, the quiet wealth she had underestimated. We sat across from each other. I placed a folder between us. No theatrics, just paper, bank transfers, fake military credentials, pharmacy footage stills, hospital records. Her hands trembled before she even opened it. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. I didn't answer. She flipped pages faster, breath shortening. "You're spying on me?" "No," I said calmly. "I'm protecting him." Her composure shattered. She tried to cry. to deflect, to accuse Raphael, to blame stress. I let her speak. When she finished, I slid one final document forward. Custody petition, temporary guardianship, already approved. Her face drained of color. You can't take my son. I'm not, I said evenly. I'm removing him from danger. Silence swallowed the room. For the first time, she looked small. Not grieving, not fragile, just exposed. Raphael was arrested 2 days later. Fraud, assault on a minor, identity falsification. I didn't need to threaten him. Evidence does the talking. Alina's social circle learned the truth before she could control the narrative. Court filings are public records when you know how to direct attention. Then I sent her one last message. A single photo. Ethan playing in the snow outside my villa in Switzerland. Laughing. Safe. Caption. He's fine. That's when my phone began ringing. 71 times. She begged. Threatened lawsuits. Screamed that I had ruined her life. No, she did that herself. I didn't crush her. I simply removed the illusion she was standing on. Greed collapses when exposed to light. Ethan sleeps peacefully now. No shouting. No strangers. Just mountains and quiet. Sometimes I think about my friend. About that desert. About the weight of his blood on my hands. I kept my promise. Just not in the way she expected. Alina sends messages occasionally. Apologies. Accusations. Desperation disguised as maternal concern. I archive them without reading fully. I feel nothing when I see her name. No anger. No triumph. Just clarity. Some betrayals don't deserve forgiveness. They deserve documentation and distance. The snow outside keeps falling. Clean. Silent. Final.